fuck?
2.
Wait, no, I'm not ready. What are you gonna bring up? God, fuck you guys. Come on.
Zach's like, we're going with the flow, man. All right, so for topic 3, that is going to be your favorite video game relationship, and it doesn't necessarily.
Okay, are we going to talk about romantic or?
And that's where I was going. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. It can be romantic, or it can just be 2 characters that have no, romantic relationship, and they're 2 characters that you enjoy their interaction throughout the game. For example, like Nathan and Sully, they don't love each other like romantically, but they do love each other. Like
there's definitely a father-son kind of relationship.
Great,
absolutely, yeah. There's definitely a father-son bond between them, or like Sam and Nate, and we're talking about Uncharted for anyone that doesn't know. Great relationship between those 2 characters. Obviously, they are not romantic relationships.
No.
So then let's talk about first some non-romantic relationships then.
Shovel Knight and a shovel.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
It's a great relationship. Very responsive to each other. The shovel protects Shovel Knight. I mean, it's just a great all-around partner.
You could totally say that about Isaac and his ship in Dead Space then.
And Isaac and his ship?
And his ship. Isaac and his ship in Dead Space.
When you said ship,
what are you talking about? That's a terrible relationship.
I didn't say it was necessarily had to be a good or bad relationship. Just it's a relationship in and of itself.
Yeah, but you said it's relationships you like.
Well, yeah, I could like it because the relationship,
and it's the marker more than the ship.
The significant other betrays him at the end of the second one. There's a alien
Make us whole, Isaac.
Okay, let's just talk about relationships that we love, whether it's romantic or not. Yeah. Whatever comes to your mind first.
Not an inanimate object.
Not exactly. Okay.
So I'll start.
Okay.
Master Chief and Cortana.
Okay.
She isn't real.
Yo, dude. You're not going to ruin my dreams. No.
People love that relationship.
I like this relationship because it wasn't romantic for like over 10 years.
It took 3 games to build, or 4 games.
Yeah. And for a while, she started off as a companion. Then she became like somewhat of a friend, a guide, if you will. Then that transitioned into a friend. And then it wasn't until like really the 4th game that you're like, wait a second, hold up, what? That you're starting to get the feeling like maybe there is something more to that companionship than you thought. Do they have feelings towards one another? That's an impossible relationship really to, I guess, be physically pleasing, if you will. But it's a relationship nonetheless that you can have. I guess that could be romantic. Little tidbit, I haven't played the story in Halo 5, so I have no idea what happens with that relationship. I know he goes searching for her a little bit. I heard it was bad.
Oh, that's why you didn't play it?
Yeah, I didn't play the story mode on it, no, because I heard it was trash. And I play Halo mostly for the multiplayer. There's the one story that I have not played of Halo and completed all the way through, actually. So, my knowledge of that relationship only goes as far as 4.
Yeah, I mean, on that same note, you could kind of say Joker and Edie in Mass Effect as well. I mean, she gets a physical body.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that's not the case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to go there.
No, we're not going to go there. You can go there.
I mean, I could go there. I don't want to get flagged, though. So.
Okay.
Joker and Edie is a good one. I actually didn't think about that. Yeah, because she does get a physical body.
Yeah.
In Mass Effect 2. And that is a relationship where they are physically walking around in the real world and they are interacting with one another like boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife.
Yeah.
I like how we named like AIs.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying because you started with Master Chief and Cortana. It's kind of along the same lines.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 relationships obviously that are kind of interesting. They're a little bit different from the norm that you'd see in something like a Uncharted or Last of Us.
So you're itching to say something.
Oh no! Because you guys are talking about AI, so I was going to talk about people.
Taller up.
Yeah, I was like, no, I was going up and down.
I'm gonna talk about real people.
Up and down.
Real people.
Even though they're not real.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, but I don't have a good reason for it. Maybe I can think of one, but I love Kyrie and Sora. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I love those games. I just love it so much.
Because he's just chasing it so hard.
The
thirst is so real for Sora.
I know. I feel so bad for him.
Dude,
Yeah, she probably loves Riku. Yeah.
Sora's not even focused on Kyrie, man. He's all about getting his
gotta
homeboy
save the
back.
world.
He's all about getting his homeboy back and kicking it with Goofy and Donald.
That hug in 2, though, I used to love watching that. I rewatched that. I don't know why. It's a hug. It's
Which-
just, it was like
hug?
she like.
You're my best friend, Sora.
Yeah. Basically what it is. No, he like comes
I don't
and
wanna
sees
make
her or
this
whatever,
weird.
and she goes and she gives him a big hug, and it like he like kind of jumps back. I don't know. It's just. Then it's all tender because he's like surprised, and it's like oh, and I'm like oh my god, it was so cute.
Was this the end?
It was towards the end. It wasn't the ending.
Was this when they go through the portal, the light portal, and then it like beams them down to Destiny Island, and then they start playing the music?
It's been so long since I played 2.
Or was it before that? Was it when they were like
think
still
of where
like?
they're at, but I don't.
Was it like they were like
Destiny Island.
they were okay? They were okay because I know they see a couple times in the game, so it's hard for me to like remember. It's a long game.
They're older, and it's like it's just perfect.
You just want it to happen.
Oh, so bad. I think that's why I like it so much because I just want it to happen so bad, and I'm sure I'll be disappointed in 3.
Kyrie gets with Riku.
I hope
Gonna
not.
happen.
That'd be the most.
She gets with Donald. That'd be
I mean,
hilarious.
Riku has a sexy voice. Oh God, that would be so weird.
I would say
He
Kyrie.
doesn't wear pants, so
He's ready.
yeah.
I would say Kyrie and Riku make the most logical sense. It does.
Did you? And
Let's be honest. Yeah.
And it's gonna be more realistic. It's like, yep,
Yeah.
screw you, Sora.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. Sora's kind
Yeah.
of like the little.
You're the selfless
We don't
hero.
want to make us happy.
Yeah, selfless heroes don't usually
They
end
want us
up
to be-
faring well.
Yeah.
Never. Uncharted 4. It's a big one for me.
All of them.
Elaine, yeah. Well,
Well, 4
one,
kind
no.
of changes the feel
say-
of it.
yeah.
Because in the beginning,
Four
I don't
changes-
want to say anything,
You know what?
even though it's not like a spoiler.
Spoiler, because I'm going there. Their relationship is obviously rocky when he lies to her in the game, and she finds out, by going to where are they at? Exactly where she goes. Madagascar, yeah, and she goes there and she tracks them down, and it's at that point that I was like, okay, let's see where this relationship is going to go. Like, are they going to end up splitting? Are they going to end up staying together? And
You thought they were gonna split?
I thought there was a possibility.
It looked like they could.
Yeah, I thought there was a possibility, especially when he didn't go after her.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's your wife. Like, when you don't go after your wife when she leaves, that's pretty
But
significant.
it's your wife.
Yeah, but that's pretty
Neil
significant.
Druckmann wrote it. He doesn't write happy. You played The Last of Us. He doesn't write happy things.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Even though, well, that's I don't know.
Well, he wrote. Yeah, he did write it.
Yeah, I think it was happy.
Anyway, but anyway, the fact that he just didn't chase after her when she found out that he was lying, I'm like, okay. Ooh. And then she ends up popping back up later on in the game, and I'm like, okay, this is going to go where I think it's going to go. But then you clearly see that she saved his life and she still has feelings for him, but she's like, that betrayal, can that ever be repaired in the relationship? And I'm thinking like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, she saved his life and she may help him get off this island, but it might not be, it might not be good in the end.
But then you were talking about that one scene where they're around the table with the pirates, all the dead pirates.
Which I was going to get to, because she gets, obviously, like Elaine usually does in all the games, gets sucked into Nathan's,
shenanigans.
And it's that scene around the table where he's kind of reenacting Avery's betrayal of all the pirates in Libertalia. Mm-hmm. And I remember just kind of like the way that they directed that scene, I thought was very well done, because the camera focused in on Nate, and then it slowly kind of tilted and panned over to Elaine, and she's kind of looking at him as Elena. Excuse me, as he's like going through the story and describing like what happened. I think it's at that point that she realized like this marriage that we've been in, like I've been trying to change you, and it's not something that I can do because look at how passionate he is about this. Like he'd kill himself to discover some of this stuff, and I think it's at that point that she realizes that it could work, but it's not going to work the same way that we've been trying to make it work. And that's when you ultimately get that awesome ending. So,
Yeah, that's definitely one. I would say non-romantic, Nate and Sully. And Uncharted. I mean, just to keep with Uncharted.
Yeah.
You know, that's one that definitely works, and especially when you 1 and 2, you see the relationship like how it is in the current form, and then you get to 3 and you get to see how it started. So you really understand that kind of father-son kind of or mentor student or whatever kind of relationship that they have, and then you get to see like how much Sully really means to Nate, especially when they get to the Aram of the Pillars at the end of 3 with the whole fake out with spoilers, Sully dying thing happening.
Yeah.